let's say I'm the judge and I'm like, Alan Michael, please stand up.
I would probably be standing already, because that's a tricky question. As soon as you do something they ask, you could be classified back into their jurisdiction. You know, if you walk through the bail or you walk through the board, or if they say, take that chair, if you sit down, you're now acknowledging their authority, so you're back in their jurisdiction.
So you will go to court, as we said. You will physically go to court.
I will appear at court. I'm at the building as man.
Yes.
They ask for the matter. They say, Alan Michael, I'll say, I'm present. I'm here on that matter. And they'll start asking questions, and I will say, I believe you have my paperwork. I stand on my paperwork. I'm here on that matter. And it probably will not go too much further.
I'm the judge, and I'm saying we got your ridiculous paperwork, which makes no sense whatsoever. You either pay this bloody fine, or I'm going to charge you in contempt of court and throw you to jail for 10 years. Pay the bloody fine. What do you say to me then, if I'm the judge saying that?
That would depend on also if I've done the standing correctly. But, you know, you could joke around and say, are you offering me legal advice? But, you know, unless you know what you're doing there, I wouldn't offend the judge per se, because he really is the referee.
Yeah.
The only thing that judge is doing is coming after you based on that piece of paper that someone else give him. But now, if I have already established my standing, I tried to settle, I will then show the judge the court records again that I tried to settle this matter in private. And I will require this matter to be discharged, because there's no man or woman standing in court because I notified them. I will require one. I don't care what the judge does.
Good. So exactly. So instead of getting into all the thing saying, I am not the straw man, here's my birth certificate and all that, you say, leave all that, attack them first. Say, show me the person who's here, who claims, forget if I'm the straw man or whatever, let's not get into it. Who is charging me? And that's so much better, because you're positioning yourself in a very simple...
The liability's on them, correct. They have to prove that there's controversy, not me. I'm here to address the controversy, because I've tried to address it already. Now I'm addressing it my final time, my appearance as man. I'm here. If no one comes forth, I'm leaving.
Yep.
Now here's the catch. If I have a driver's license and it's attached to that driver's license, let's say I'm in court for a traffic violation because I didn't honor it or pay it first and didn't do the other things. Now, if you have the contract, I'd recommend paying it. But we might go down that road in a moment. But if this is a traffic ticket and I'm standing in court and I do the man thing and I'm present here on that matter and there's no man or woman, they're still going to prosecute the person's driver's license. So they can still suspend the driver's license if you don't pay the ticket. This is the dangerous part about being duplicitous, like using their notices or this or their contracts. If I have that driver's license and don't pay it, they're going to hurt the person by surrendering, doing the transaction, making it painful for the man acting. Because if you get caught then on driving on a suspended license, it's a lot worse than driving with no license.
Really?
You can surrender the license. It's different completely, because a suspended license is actually a charge, even though it's civil. With that, driving without a driver's license, in their world, there's no such law that says you have to have one. But you have to address the court properly first. If you're accused of driving, quote unquote, moving your property from point A to point B without a driver's license.
Okay.
So you have to know how to motion yourself and move in the court system without moving in the court system.
Yeah, so basically you're saying if it's a driving license, if it's a parking ticket, for example, and just before I say what I'm saying, I'm going to show the very first letter that I showed earlier. Let me show it again on the screen, which is... this one. So the very, very, very first letter says, and that's answering any standard computer generating letter. So if a letter comes from the bank, from the IRS, from the credit card company, people who I don't have a license with them, I just they just they're after me to pay them money that I've defaulted on or whatever, then you are recommending that we do send this letter saying who sent this document to I. Try it out. It either works or it doesn't work. In many cases, it's going to work, and then they're just going to leave you alone. Or if they send you. Actually, you said there's another letter which we didn't write and show the guests, but maybe we'll do it in another session.
I probably need to add. We need to preface this very much up front. Everything that we're saying is based on you knowing there's a difference between the two, and also you deciding if you're getting rid of that driver's license contract and or acting as the person that has.
But we're not talking about driving license. I just said leave that aside a moment. If it's anything other than a driving license, yes. Are you happy to say to my audience, go ahead and send the who sent this document
because all you're doing,
there's no risk.
It's experience. All you're doing is asking who says I've done something wrong.
Yeah.
That's the very first step, and you're establishing your contract. You'll be glad to answer.